The protest of the Africa group and their insistence that ambitious targets be discussed for emission reduction under the KP track, there was no progress in that regard. What we've seen, especially since the past 2 years after the Bali Action Plan was formulated, is that the developed countries have been dragging their feet. The developing countries, in order to facilitate the process and to show their good faith in coming here, committed to reducing their own pollution on their own without any support being offered by the developed world. These include India, China, Brazil, South Africa, Mexico, Indonesia, and South Korea.
We're in a spot. It's clear that what we have on the table is far from sufficient.
What we've seen come forward are pledges for fast start financing that will come in the next 3 years. But what we really need is long-term financing. And without the long-term financing, what we actually get is fast finish financing that ends in 2012. And some of the countries that we're expecting to put money on the table, like the US and Japan, have not come forward with that long-term financing. To sum it up, what we've seen is developed countries who haven't come forward blaming developing countries for the lack of progress. And that's like someone stopping at a green light and blaming the guy behind him for blocking traffic. What we have in Copenhagen is a green light moment, and some developed countries have their foot on the brake.
What gives me hope is that we have prime ministers and heads of states coming to Copenhagen now, and the whole game will change here. And we know that they will be judged by the expectation that has been set for them to succeed in Copenhagen. And we've now reached decision-making time. We've got 4 days where they'll be looking into each other's eyes and just saying, we need to leave here with a deal. The vulnerable countries have very much understood that this is a question of survival for them, and they're making it very clear on a negotiator level all the way to the heads of state level. And there is no escape because they're inside the room and they will be telling the big emitters, that we need to survive and we need a solution that makes us survive. The world is watching these climate negotiations. It's very clear that on every front page of a newspaper in the world it says climate and take action.